Hey guys, I wanted to just do a quick tutorial on how to use this refinance spreadsheet. So here we go. So you see here, I've got the spreadsheet up and then also a recent statement. This is for one that I just worked up recently, right? So I'm doing the very first thing I'm doing is putting in the information for the current mortgage, right? So we can see here that their rate is 7.25. And then what you need here is the original loan amount, right? And so what I always do in addition to this is I actually pull a property profile so that I can see exactly how much that loan amount was. I can see here that it's currently almost, I'm just going to put 650 for now. I helped these guys almost exactly a year ago, but so it's probably a little lower. So anyway, I wanted to do that. And then on here, you can see that it also breaks out how much the mortgage insurance is, right? So this is the principal and interest, which you can see that I'm off by just a little bit here. But again, I just want to do this for argument's sake for now, just to kind of show you guys how to do it. And then the mortgage insurance is 181.09. Now, I will say I never put taxes and insurance on here. And the reason is the only things that are going to change because of the refinance is the principal and interest and the mortgage insurance, if anything. And that's it, right? I mean, so why include the property taxes in these numbers? It just wouldn't make sense. So when I was looking at these guys earlier, it looked like I could get them to about 6.375. And then, if they're currently at 650, let's just say this goes to 660 for the loan amount, right? So now you've got 6.375. I remember that the new MI, because what happened with this particular scenario is they went from they only put 5% down in the purchase, and it looks like they're easily 10% equity now. And that dropped that MI down by about 90 bucks as well. And so that brought the payment to about 4208. Now, and then you can create additional scenarios. To add a scenario is all I ever do is if you just highlight all of this stuff, and as all I did is just click here and then hold down the left click and then just drag down to the bottom. And then if you just copy that, Control C, and then click right here, Control V. Now you just put the whole thing there. This is where it gets a little manual. This, I just put scenario two. And then what I wanted to show these guys also, I did this on their spreadsheet when I worked it up. What about a 25-year instead of resetting the whole thing? It'll still be 6.375, still use a 660 loan amount. The MI, everything stays the same. But the one thing I need to do here is change this to 300 to clarify, so that it's the 300. So it's the 25-year amortization. So you can see that drops this savings down quite a bit. I just manually have in here that a refinance is going to cost about 4 grand. That probably needs to be 5 grand, but I'm just going to leave it there for now. And so these numbers all calculate for us, right? So this break even point, this shows right here that the break even point is under 10 months on a new 30-year fixed. And then that's the other thing that I do. There's one more change that you need to make, and that's the amortization. Because what I'm trying to do here is show like what's the long-term savings of handling this refinance, right? And this one little last thing that you need to do. So this one is what this is doing is this number here. So it's 365 minus. This minus number is the number of months they've been paying on the current mortgage, right? So in this case, I do remember it was 13 months in. And you can see that. So now what we're able to show them is like, look, on our just a new regular 30-year fixed, if we can get you down to 6.375, you're going to save $406 a month, and you're going to break even against your closing cost in under 10 months, right? And then if you look at this long term, it's like, well, okay, so what are the possibilities here? So if you stick with the mortgage that you've got, here's the total cost of the remaining payments, right? So you can see this is set up as a really simple formula. It's just look, it's the current payment times the remaining payments plus any closing costs, right? So then you come down here, the next one down. I mean, a refinance not only so it's going to save $400 a month, which turns into $105,000 over the life of the loan if you stick with a new 30-year fixed. The crazy thing is even though the savings is much smaller by refinancing down to a 25-year fixed, yeah, they're only saving 120 bucks a month. Yeah, it makes the break even point more like 3 years, but look at the amount of savings is $270,000. There's plenty of people that will bite on that as well. So that's how this works. The only thing I didn't show is, of course, you're going to want to pull a property profile because you're going to want to see that will give you what the original loan amount was, which sometimes the mortgage statement will show that, but you should pull it anyway because you also need it to calculate this number here. And again, as all this is doing is how many months have they been paying on it, and you just put this after the minus sign there. So any questions, don't hesitate to call me, but that's how this whole thing works, guys. Appreciate you. Talk to you soon.